Politics and guns. So I want to do a disclaimer real quick. This is not a political channel by any means. You can think politically whatever the heck you want. Also, as another disclaimer, YouTube being a private company, they censor as they please, so I don't know how this is going to go over with them, I guess. But given the recent election events that we've had in the United States, figure it might as well be worth mentioning. So we've had firearms for 400 or 500 years, okay? And in the recent course of history, many nations have gone through disarming their public for various reasons. We've seen it in Australia with mandatory buybacks, we've seen it in Britain, we've seen it in the EU, and most recently we just saw it up in Canada. Now, what we're dealing with here in the United States is we have politicians openly telling us that they are going to seize our firearms from us. Now, if you're not familiar with it, in the United States we have the Constitution, and the Second Amendment of that Constitution guarantees firearm ownership. And with one side of the election, at this point presumptively the winner of the election, the presidential election, we had a guy named Beto O'Rourke who openly stated he would seize firearms from the public. And I'll be happy to bring up that video for you.
Paso is your hometown. Some on this stage have suggested a voluntary buyback for guns in this country. You've gone further. You said, quote, Americans who own AR-15s and AK-47s will have to sell them to the government, all of them. You know the critics call this confiscation. Are you proposing taking away their guns, and how would this work?
I am, if it's a weapon that was designed to kill people on a battlefield. If the high impact, high velocity round, when it hits your body, shreds everything inside of your body because it was designed to do that so that you would bleed to death on a battlefield and not be able to get up and kill one of our soldiers. When we see that being used against children, and in Odessa, I met the mother of a 15-year-old girl who was shot by an AR-15, and that mother watched her bleed to death over the course of an hour because so many other people were shot by that AR-15 in Odessa and Midland. There weren't enough ambulances to get to them in time. Hell yes, we're gonna take your AR-15, your AK-47. We're not gonna allow it to be used against our fellow Americans anymore. El próximo presidente de los Estados Unidos, Joe Biden. Let's do it for Joe.
I want to make something clear. I'm going to guarantee you this is not last year seeing of this guy. You're going to take care of the gun problem with me. You're going to be the one that leads this effort. I'm counting on you. I'm counting on you. We need you badly. The state needs you. The country needs you. You're the best. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Now, they love to use these propaganda and talking points. It's sad that things happen all over the world, but things happen all over the world. It's going to happen no matter what. It's human nature, and it is what it is, whether it's a car accident, somebody gets shot, or whatever. But the point is, we have an individual right, as Americans anyway, to own firearms for self-defense, sporting uses, hunting, whatever we want to do with them. And when we have politicians like that going out there and openly stating what they intend to do, well, I assume if you're watching this channel or watching this video, you may have a certain kind of opinion on that. Mine's a negative one. I don't want anybody trying to strip me of my rights, regardless, whatever reasons. Now, here's the thing with these politicians too. They make bold statements that they're going to come over and take things from you. But here's the problem. They're not coming themselves. They send honest men and women in uniform who are just trying to do their job, just trying to do the right thing, to go do their dirty work for them. That's just how it is. So it's our duty as citizens, regardless of how our recent election just went or whatever country it is, do whatever it is that you can possibly do to keep these people from getting power. Because if they're going to take away God-given rights written out in the Constitution here in the United States, they'll come for more. Just something to keep in mind. So no matter what your political opinion is or affiliation, it doesn't really matter. As far as that's concerned, that's not what this video is about. This video is about keeping an eye on these politicians, maintaining your gun rights, or any other rights for that matter, and making sure you're doing your civic duty and keeping the wrong politicians from getting in office. Until next time, guys.